CSO, Chief Sales Operator. That's what I thought your official title should be. I don't know if Sales Director does you justice, but yes, put Sales Director.
It's too long.
And I'll be so important that I don't put my title.
I'll put the guy who sells tickets.
Don't put that.
The ticket guy.
The ticket guy.
There might be when YouTube kicks in, there might be a bit of sound, so I need to mute it. So just give me a second.
Okay.
Because it's now swirly, whirly, whirly. One more.
Right, my notebook with all my little scribbles.
Okay. I'll be so important that I don't put my title.
I'll put the guy who sells tickets. I'm the Italian sales guy.
The ticket guy.
I like that.
Okay. We have liftoff. Hello, everybody on the live stream. Lovely to see
Fabulous. Da, 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 da. I'm being the hold music. Da, da, da. Oh, I lost an earring and I forgot to put the other one in. Only those on the live stream will ever know.
Just my audio okay? Coming out okay if I put the microphone down here?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it's clear.
Thank you, Wang.
Okay, we are a go.
Da, 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 da.
We are ready. I haven't changed my title. Is that a bad thing? You haven't changed your title.
I couldn't find where to do it.
Oh, if you click on
I found it. Found it.
Found it. Right, let's go. It is 2 o'clock. Let's let people in.
Ready?
Let's go. Yes.
Ready. Welcome, everyone.
Hello. Hello, everybody. Lovely to see you. Look at that. Amazing people.
Wow, we've got a full house today.
We do. Look at that. So many interesting and nice people. Lovely to see you all. Why don't you, in the meantime, while we let people in, just say who you are and what you speak about in the chat. And I'll be kicking off shortly. Lovely to see some smiley faces. Lovely to see some serious faces. It's just lovely to see some faces.
Old faces, new to us faces. Love it.
Yes, absolutely. Brilliant stuff. Thank you for being here, of course, everybody. I'm going to kick off the presentation in a second. Just going to wait till everybody actually comes in, and then we will get going. Oh, it's so lovely to see you all, and welcome. For those of you who do or do not know me, I am Elliot Kay, and I'm the CEO of the Speaker Summit and the Speaker Awards, but today's all about the Speaker Summit. And I'd just like to take a second to welcome you wherever you are in the world. Also, tell us where you are in the world. Quickly put that in the chat because we love to know. I'm a bit nosy like that. You know, we just want to know where you all come from. So put that in the chat and I'll bring up the slides and we'll get going with today's presentation. But just for those of you who know how to do it, just give me like an emoji of how you're feeling today. Happy, excited. Remember also to put yourself on mute so we don't hear the background. Sometimes uncomfortable noises come through the microphone and we don't want that now, do we? Okay, welcome everybody. Right, I will bring up the presentation and we'll start. So welcome to the Speaker Summit Kickoff Webinar 2026. Woo!
Woohoo!
Yeah. Welcome. We are super excited to have you. For those of you, again, who do or do not know us, I'm Elliot Kay, CEO. You've got Lovelda, who's our COO. And then we've got Simone here, who's our sales director, who put something about being the Italian sales guy. So fantastic. Welcome, everybody. I see some of our sponsors are here. So welcome. We'll give you a big shout out shortly. So today what's going to happen
Are you sharing the screen, Elliot?
I'm about to. Give me a second, right? Give me a second. Yes, these Italian salespeople that don't give me a second to breathe here, right? So what's going to happen today is we're going to talk all about the Speaker Summit, what's up and coming in 2026, who are the speakers, and you'll hear from all of us is the good news. You're not just going to hear from me today. You're going to hear from the three of us, and our very own ambassador, Maria Franzoni, will be speaking as well. So we can't wait to share this with you and get going. So assuming my slides work. So for those of you who do not know or do know, the Speaker Summit 2026 is our 5-year party. Woohoo! And that's happening on the 3rd of July in London. And of course, a massive thank you to all our partners and all our sponsors that are part of this journey with us. They are all here on the slide and we couldn't we couldn't do it without you all. And I just want to say a massive thank you to every single person listed on the slide, including my own name that's listed on the slide. Thank me, Elliot, for all the hard work. No, thank you, all our partners and every single person that helps make the summit happen as well. So we are internally grateful. And of course, thank you to our main event sponsor, which is Ready Steady website. Some of you might have seen the live stream I did with them yesterday, which went horribly wrong if you watched it. And then I had to record it without streaming and upload it to YouTube. But they are our main event sponsors, and they work with professional speakers to help you have websites that convert. How good is that? So they'll be there on the day as well, and they are backers. So thank you for that as well, our main event sponsors. Why are we here? Why are we here? We're here today because you want to hear about the Speaker Summit, but also because the landscape of speaking has shifted. It's changed. It's evolved. The questions that bookers and corporate bookers and event organizers are asking of professional speakers have changed. Last year was very much, how do I get booked? How do I get more bookings? Now it's, how do I answer these briefs? How do I guarantee a return on investment? And that's exactly what we do here when we talk about the Speaker Summit. And that's why we're here. The Speaker Summit has become the premier platform for professional speakers in the UK. It's a place where we get together, support professional speaking, the industry, and we do this in a slightly different way. We do this by bringing industry peers together. We bring speaker bureaus, speaker bookers, speaker agents to the summit so we can pull back the curtain and simply provide a platform for professional speakers to come together, support each other, and learn, right? There's no audition. We're not selling you the dream of being a speaker. This isn't about us going, you want to be a speaker one day, you want a big room. This is for people who are professional speakers, who need that space, who understand the nuances of professional speaking and want that space to be supported, want a community around them to support them, and to simply have that time where they see what goes on the other side of the professional speaking world. And I'm just going to hand over to Lovelda, because I told you you're not going to hear from me the whole time, who's going to quickly talk to you about why we're here today and her take of things. So give me a second. I will stop sharing. I promise, Simone. Here we go. I'm stopping sharing.
Many of you have been in the professional speaking game for a while. And for those of you who have been, you will know the difference between a professional speaker and a person with a microphone who speaks. I can see some of you nodding. And the interesting thing is, so to give you a little bit of background about me, I'm a professional moderator and host, so I am part of this industry of which we are all part of. And so I experience the same problems and challenges that many of you may have done, especially those of you who are truly professional speakers. You've invested time, effort, and energy into learning the skill. This is your primary form of income or a significant proportion of your income. And it's not something that you're doing as a side hustle. It's actually what you do, right? It's a big part of what you do. And I think as the industry has become more flooded with lots of people doing stuff, it's quite difficult to find events that are tailored to professional speakers. It's a problem I found myself, and hence why I'm part of this team to help fix the issue. And the issue is, when you go to look for an event, one of two things happens. Either you find events where the vast majority of the people in that room are people who are brand new, starting out, trying to understand, how do I gain confidence on a stage? Meanwhile, you're sitting in the back of the room thinking, I've got past the confidence, I've got past my first bookings, I actually have clients, and I'm trying to figure out how I take this to a new level. This is clearly pitched a little bit lower than where I'm looking for, right? So that's problem number one. Problem number two, you find a room, it claims to be for professional speakers. You get in the room, and all it is a day that is leading up to what is inevitably a sales pitch for the course that the person on the stage is running. And what I'm here to tell you is we're doing neither of those two things, because when you're at the top of your game, or you're really taking this space seriously, it's really challenging to find like-minded people that are performing and that are showing up at the same level that you're showing up at. So what I wanted to say here is, the purpose of this space here, the purpose of the Speaker Awards, we have no interest in being a training company. Okay, so we have no training to sell you. So I can tell you that up front. We have absolutely no onward training to sell you at all. There is no selling from any of our stages. So you can be rest assured that you will not be sold to whilst you're at our events, because that's not what we're at. We are deliberately targeted at professional speakers, which is why we bring in people in the industry who understand how to book. And we'll be talking you through the lineup that we have this year. But this is targeted for professional speakers, created by professional speakers with professional bookers, so that we have a space that brings together the industry that allows all of us to thrive. So if you've been looking for something a little bit different for a while, you may well have just found your home. And rest assured, this is not a space where we're trying to do it the same as anybody else. So we have bookers, bureaus, agents, and we really do want to invite those of you who take this industry seriously, to whom it's not a side hustle, but it's a business, to have the space to come and learn how to grow your business and meet other people who think exactly the same as you about the great work that we're doing. Elliot, I'll hand it back over to you.
Thank you. Well said there. And also, give me an emoji if you relate to this, right? And choose the emoji that you... Sometimes speaking feels quite lonely. Give me that emoji if you agree on that. Sometimes you're just fed up of the inquiries drying out, or you're ghosted once they said, yeah, we want to book you, and they disappear. Give me an emoji if you relate to that. Give me an emoji if you're just continuously outreaching, and nothing happens, or you get one response and then it dies. Does anyone relate to that? Lots of emojis I can see. Brilliant. The reason I asked that is because that's why we put the summit together, because there's people in the room that understand that. Understand you've had the conversation around, yes, we want to book you. Yes, we want to pay you $5,000, and then they disappear, right? We want to create the room that helps you that helps you deal with that helps you support you. That's why the summit's here. It is the premier platform for professional speakers. I'm a professional speaker. I have to go through the same process. Just because I'm the CEO of the Speaker Summit and Speaker Awards does not suddenly mean that everybody lines up, drops money on my lap, and everything lands on, I still have to go through the same process as every single professional speaker. So who's who? Meet the founders. You've met me, you've met Lovelda, you'll hear from Simone. You've got Lucy McCarr as well, and Joe Gregory, who are the co-founders, and they backed us 5 years ago when I turned around, when I turned around to them and said, listen, I have a vision for the speaking industry. What I need is your support. And Lucy and Joe both went, yep, we're in. We love what you're doing, and we're in all the way. And they've backed us every single year. And I don't believe we would have made it to 5 years without them. Myself, Simone, and Lovelda are the core team, and then outside of us, we have another team. So here's what's going to happen today. You've heard a little bit from the founders. In a minute, you're going to hear again from Lovelda, and then a little bit from Maria Franzoni. Give us a thumbs up if you've heard of Maria Franzoni. Lots of thumbs up there. Give us if you've never heard of Maria Franzoni. A few. Okay. That's all right. Maria is our ambassador, and you'll hear all about her. She's also a very successful best-selling author. And again, she got behind the Speaker Summit. I'll let her tell her why. I'll let her explain why. But predominantly because she believes in what we're creating. We love giveaways, so we have a giveaway for you, for anybody that wants to participate. And we're going to give you access to our exclusive Summit Plus platform, which is 3 months worth of webinars, all delivered by expert speakers, expert professionals, and speaker bureaus and people in the space. So you'll get access to 2025s. If you simply share, I attended the Speaker Summit with the hashtag Speaker Summit 2026, and anything you want to say about it, preferably really nice. And what we'll do is we'll put that into a big raffle and give you access to 3 months worth of recordings by industry experts. So that is our gift to you. Tag us on LinkedIn. Make sure we know you've done it, because that's the only way we can do it. So if you're not friends on LinkedIn, why not? And please add us, Elliot Kay, Simone Vincenzi, Lovelda Vincenzi. It's easy, Simone and Lovelda, because they've got the same last name, right? So there we go. You know what makes, I've kind of talked about this quite a bit, but this year's special also because it's our 5-year anniversary. We've done this year on year on, we've grown year on year on, and we are going to make it special. We want the party themes, right? We've got all kinds of things in store. So that's what's going to make this year special as well. And the Speaker Summit, as we talked about, is all about bringing you together in that space where everybody's been on the trajectory, everybody's been on that road. And we started this, and I'll tell you why we started this very quickly, because I think it's important for people we've never met before. I started the Speaker Summit and I pulled in Simone and we pulled in Lovelda. And I said, look, I am frustrated that there's not a place where professional speakers can go and be supported. There's no place that we pull back the curtains and show the other side of professional speaking beyond here's how to be a great speaker. That there was no space where bureaus came and bookers came and shared how they see the speaking industry. And that's why the Speaker Summit started, because we wanted to really show and explain this is what the other side of the business looks like. And that's why the Speaker Summit started. The vision, it's just got bigger. I have a vision. I'm a visionary, which I know at times gets Simone and Lovelda to slap their foreheads, especially when I say I have an idea. That's not when they go, oh no. So the vision for the Speaker Summit is to become the global platform for professional speakers, right? We don't want to be a training company. We don't want to facilitate, this is how you get bigger bookings. We want to be the platform that brings these people together. And I can't say yet where and when, but we are growing internationally. So keep your eye on that. We are going to other countries. So watch out for that. So that's all part of the vision as well. Look, as Lovelda said, this isn't for beginners. You're welcome. But this is for people already on the speaking trajectory, right? It's no speaker training. There's no pitch. You're going to be asked to join the summit. We're going to tell you how to book tickets. And that's the way it's going to go. It's not cliquey. The one feedback we've had from people who've attended year on year, they say the ego seems to be left at the door. And that's something that we like to pride ourselves by. Speakers supporting speakers, and we get to facilitate that. What a great life I have. It's about securing more paid speaking gigs. It's about meeting industry players. It's about learning industry insights. You're going to hear a little bit from Maria, who's going to talk about a little bit from her point of view, a former international bureau owner, and she's in with all the bureaus as well. So her insights are gold. And of course, we choose very careful sponsors and partners. We've turned more sponsors and partners down than we've decided to work with, because they have to serve the community and they have to have the community's interest at heart, period. This year's summit is all about being future ready, right? You cannot be future proof, but you can be future ready. So that's the theme of this summit. Lots is going on. Disruption in the industry, loads of things coming on. What are the challenges you have? Let's put that in the chat. If you can make a couple of words. These are my challenges. We don't want a big keynote, just a few sentences. What's your biggest challenge? So we can see that too. I'm going to open the chat while you're writing that. Okay. There's lots of getting booked. Okay, good. Well, this is the right place to be. So only 3 people have challenges, apparently. Getting booked. Are you just copying, pasting each other's? Finding bookers with budget. Oh, that's a good one. Launching myself. Massive noise. Yes, lots of noise. God, it's noisy, isn't it? Whew, so noisy. Booking, charging my value. Oh, I like that, Antonia. Thank you for that. Qualified leads. Now I can tell you are on the trajectory. You're on the speaking circuit. London centricity. So you want to get out of London. Too much going on in London. The GCC is a very good place to go. That whole Qatar, Saudi Arabia, Dubai, good place. Getting into it, good. Getting the right leads. All right. So the good news is we've got you. We have your back. We understand that. Here's some of the challenges we've seen from research, from talking to community, and that we see in the market right now. Inconsistent bookings is always one. AI disrupting the market is another one. Struggling to stand out. Someone said it's noisy. Unclear client expectations. You think they want one thing, you have the call with them, and then they expect something else the day you arrive. Limited, you can't have access to decision makers. Weak positioning and marketing as well. Of course, the booking process is a big one, and limited community. So those are the challenges we see, the challenges we've seen in the last year. And this is why the summit is more important than ever. This is why we're doing it. We're committed to our mission to elevate the industry, to open the curtains so you can all understand how it works, so you don't have to have these challenges, and the challenges are slightly different. So the Speaker Summit, this will be the tiers. For those of you ready to go, I'm ready to go. We have 3 tiers. We have the standard where you come for the day, you get lunches included, you get access to industry experts, industry peers, right? And that's the price of $347 plus VAT. Then for those of you who also want post support, we also have exactly the same as standard, but you get the Summit Plus, which is 3 months of webinars week on with people in the industry to help support your growth. And then we have the VIP experience, which is happens the day before the summit. and it is an exclusive gathering. We just limit it to 12 people. We have lunch together, a bit of champagne, but not too much because we don't want to be, all heady. We also have a prep call with you. And what we do is you actually spend time with bureaus and agents. Let me just move my stuff around. It's on 2nd of July. Now, there's only 12 places and we've sold 5. So there's only 7 left. It's a deep dive mastermind, which is why we keep it really, really small. We don't do a big one. And it's time for you to ask questions. You're getting access to industry peers, to people that are in there doing it. So who are the people who are going to do the VIP? We're going for girl power this year. It is a female only, not as in men can attend, but the people delivering it are females, right? Before you're like, wait a minute. No, that's not what I meant, right? There we go. We got Chris Tuck. I did the VIP last year and I loved it. Thanks, Chris. Lovely to see you. So Maria's going to host it. So Maria Franzoni is going to host it and she knows those deep questions to ask. Mary's going to be there talking about how you scope and all of things like that. So you get winning proposals. You got Claire Young, a former apprentice finalist who runs school speakers agency. So she will tell you from a school point of view, and Diana Stoney, who works with high level speakers. And she only takes a limited amount a year. So she's going to take you. And the thing is with Diana is she's in with all the bureaus. So she knows exactly what they're looking for, what will work and won't work. So that's the VIP day. We love it. It is, as we said, it is exclusive to 12 people because we want you to get huge value. That's a little bit about us. That's a little bit of why we're here. Now I'm going to hand it over to the one and only Lovelda Vincenzi, who's going to introduce you to who the speakers are from here on. I'm going to stop sharing.
So let's talk about our speaker lineup for this year. I think somebody was going to get the slides up for me. So we're getting there. Here we go, because I'm a diva. So I'm getting the slides up. So who have we got for 2026? I hear you say. Well, first up, we have the incredible Maria Franzoni, best-selling author of the book, The Bookability Formula. If you haven't already heard, if you have not got yourself a copy of this book, I'd recommend that you go and get it anyway. Maria has extensive experience in this speaking industry. So she has booked the who's who and the who's that of the speaking industry for a number of years, and prior to moving into working directly with speakers. This year, Maria is going to be talking about the future ready, how to stay bookable, whatever comes next. She's in with all of the bureaus. She's always got her eye on the pulse. There's not a thing Maria doesn't appear to know about what's going on in this industry. So if it isn't, if it's looking at what's coming next, she's always got her finger on the pulse, talking to industry leaders on all different sides of the fence, whether they're booking the speakers, whether they're helping the speakers to create their websites, whether they're helping the speakers to do their videos. Maria's finger's always on the pulse.
Should we bring her up?
Yeah, furthermore, Maria is our speaker ambassador, and she joined the team about 2 years in and has been working very closely with us ever since, bringing in a number of the different speakers that we've seen over the years. And I'd love to invite her now to say a few words, essentially to tell us a little bit more about what we can expect from her, but also why she's involved in the Speaker Summit, because it was not easy to get Maria involved. She's quite discerning with where she puts her attention.
Well, I mean, first of all, Lovelda, thank you very much. I'm absolutely shocked and stupefied. There are people here who don't know who I used to be. Somebody said they didn't know who I was. Really? Okay. I used to be someone in the industry. I used to run a speaker bureau. I also helped London Speaker Bureau go from 1 office to 25 offices globally. London Speaker Bureau is probably the biggest, most international bureau in the world. They don't say it, other people say it about them. So I've been in the industry since 1998, and I've seen it all, I think, just about, the good, the bad and the ugly. Why did I get involved? Actually, you guys, let's be honest here. You asked me to be involved from day one, and I'm a skeptical person. Even though I know you all and love you all, I thought, I've got to check it out. I'm not putting my name to anything until I know about it. So first year I attended and I thought, okay, this looks interesting. Second year, I said, I'll be a judge because I wanted to see for this is not the Speaker Summit, this is the Speaker Awards part. I wanted to see how good and in depth that awards part was. And I have to tell you, it was so much hard work that I didn't volunteer to do that again. And I thought, how do I get out of being a judge next time? I know, I'll be the ambassador. So I thought, I'm going to be an ambassador. I was really impressed, I have to say. And so I was delighted to use my bureau connections and bring the bureaus in, my bureau friends in. And every year we bring more and more bureau people in, which was wonderful. And I just want to say one thing about, you mentioned Diana Stoney. She's a speaker manager and agent. It's a very rare type of individual and person everybody wants. You're unlikely to get one, but if you can spend time in a room with one, you want to know everything that she knows. So I just wanted to highlight that in case anybody missed that opportunity. And she's American, so she has such a huge understanding of the American market, if that's what interests you. I've gone off piste. Did you want me to talk about what I'm going to talk about, or are you going to go through the agenda first?
Give us a little teaser of what you'll be talking about.
It's going to be a little teaser because you see, Elliot said to me, please talk a little bit about what you're going to talk about in July. And I said, yes, of course I will. And then I thought, hang on, when does he want me to do this? On the 12th of February. And I thought, well, the event's July the 3rd. I haven't written my speech yet. All I've done is given him a title. So I thought, this is going to be short. So let me just give you some thinking behind this. The theme is future ready. How am I qualified to talk about the future? What's my futurist experience? My only experience of being a futurist was in 2020, when I decided to throw a party in January to celebrate the industry, because 2019 had been fantastic and 2020 was going to be spectacular. So as you can see, my qualifications as a futurist are pretty poor. But I've been in the industry since 1998. The bureaus that I've worked with, the businesses I've worked with, my own speaker bureau and my own training company have survived many, many changes in that time. And so really, when we're talking about the future, what we need to be doing is we need to first go and look at the past. What have we survived? What have we seen? What can we learn? And I'm going to take you, if I may, seeing as I have a few minutes, on a short journey into the past. But don't panic, we're not going back to dinosaurs. Although you're looking at me and thinking, I probably am a bit of a dinosaur. I've got the zoom filter on max, but I know you can see through that. So I started in the industry back in 1998. And I just want to take you through some of the big changes that my business went through and that I'm sure you have too, that we've survived already. It wasn't until the late 1990s that we actually got the internet. And by the way, I love name dropping. I got to work with Tim Berners-Lee, Sir Tim Berners-Lee, which was amazing. And we were sending, before the internet, we were sending brochures out by post. And then suddenly we had websites and we saved a fortune in postage. But we also created huge competition because now suddenly, from our speaker bureau point of view, our speakers could be on the internet and could be on the website and compete with us. In the days when I started in the industry, we were using faxes to send booking forms and to send contracts, and we were using the post. And I was using a magnifying glass to read the T's and C's because you couldn't just blow it up on a screen to make it big, right? Then we started using email, and suddenly everything accelerated. Then we had Google search, and again, more competition for us. LinkedIn didn't come in until 2003. And if you think about it now, where would we be without LinkedIn? I'd have no one to talk to, right? Because, I mean, LinkedIn is basically where we spend our time. Social media didn't come in. And now direct access to speakers, direct access to decision makers, disruption again. YouTube. Before YouTube, I was posting out VHS videos and Betamax videos. And who remembers Philips videos? Do you remember that? So that's what we were doing. And now suddenly you could see videos on YouTube. Smartphones, oh my God, it wasn't until 2007. And in fact, the very first phones, I don't remember when those came in, but I remember mine was like a brick. It was so big, I could barely lift it up. The battery was so heavy. And before smartphones, this was my phone. This was my office phone, right? Operator, please, can you put me through? Modern day people, they wouldn't know how to even use this. This is my phone, my office phone. It's lovely, isn't it? And it still works, by the way. So smartphones came in, attention spans shortened immediately. Then 2008, the financial crisis. And incidentally, I opened my own speaker bureau because I'm such a good futurist in 2007. And then we had the 2008 financial crisis, but I'm still here. Live streaming, hybrid events, Zoom, COVID, the dreaded COVID, And now what are we facing? We're facing AI, geopolitical instability, and climate change. To quote a real futurist, Mark Stevenson, who does know what he's talking about, he said that so far, with all the change that we have dealt with and seen, this is only the cocktail sausage of the buffet. Can you believe that? This is just the cocktail sausage. It's going to be so much more exponential. It's going to be faster. It's going to be worse. So how do you stay bookable, whatever happens next? What I want you to do to leave on July 3rd from my session, I want you to leave thinking about the future very differently. I'm going to give you a different way to look at it and think about it, and to be clear on what to focus on and what not to focus on. And because Elliot said to me, the feedback last year is we want it to be more practical, there will be homework because you asked for practical, and you have only yourselves to blame for that. And I want you to go away from my session, I want you to go away with some certainty that your business will make it whatever changes. So that's my objective, to leave you feeling way more confident after my 30-minute session. So there's a big challenge, but I'm going to do it. Lovelda, you wanted a short spiel. I think I might have over-egged my moment.
Maria, you've also helped remind us all why the theme of this year is so important. You know, we're in a time where change is constant, and I think it's very easy to be looking so closely at what's immediately in front of us, rather than think of the Speaker Summit this year as your opportunity to sit back and take a long view of your speaking business and prepare it for the next 5 to 10 years, as opposed to worrying about what's going to happen in the next 6 months. You know, let's have a look at what's coming down the line and really think about how we need to start thinking about our businesses differently as the future comes in. So that's Maria Franzoni. She'll be one of our keynote speakers. For those of you who've never met her, you have now. Now, hopefully you can see why we all love her as well. So if we get back to the rest of, so we've got Maria, we've also got Jim Steele. Now, Jim Steele is also a veteran in this business. Jim Steele has been speaking on stages for over 30 years. He is actually the winner of last year's Speaker of the Year award. He walked away from the Speaker Awards last year with 3 awards. And the focus of his talk is really going to be looking at how do you remain memorable in such a way that your career can span such a long period of time. So he's going to be looking at momentum multipliers, how to be better, smarter, stronger. And we're really going to be diving into what you do on the stage that helps you to remain memorable with clients and audiences, that allows you to stay in the game for a long period of time. As well as Jim, we've also got, wait for it, you've not met him before, Elliot Kay. Elliot is going to be bringing his brand new keynote to stage. I can't tell you anything more about it. I've seen a small preview of it. I saw the first run through of it. It's amazing. And this is really about looking at the attitude you need to have to build big in an environment that's constantly changing. When people are questioning whether or not you can show up fully, what's the mindset that needs to sit behind you showing up fully? We also have one more speaker that is TBC. We're in final discussions, and as soon as we know, you'll know, but at the moment it's all hush hush and a bit under wraps. So those are our keynote speakers throughout the day. We also do a bookers and agents panel. So for those of you who don't come to the VIP experience, we also want to make sure that you have the opportunity to connect with and have some touch points with bookers and bureaus. So we will have Diana Stoney will be back for that bookers panel. And as Maria stated, she's been in the industry for a long number of years, and she's on the agent side, so a very unique perspective. Claire Young will also be joining us again as well. So she runs Founders for Schools. And then we've got 2 new people joining. So we'll have Damien Hutt, who's the executive director at the Association of Association Executives. So we're bringing people in from the client side, people who book the speakers, the other side, not the agent side, the client side as well. So you'll have an opportunity to ask them what they look for in this kind of moving market. And Steve Lindsay will be joining us, who's the event director at the National Sales Conference. So 2 people from client side, 2 people from the bookers side. The way that the bookers Q&A and agents Q&A works is it is a time for you, the audience, to ask questions of these individuals. They are typically there in and around the audience for the whole day as well. And we have some incredible conversations. So start banking those difficult questions and bring them to the conversation. And finally, we're bringing in a new session. So we'll be replacing for those of you who've been with us before, we've historically had a session called Ask the Experts. We're replacing Ask the Experts with what we're calling open sessions. So these are workshops, connections, insight type sessions. We have 2 confirmed. Choose your own adventure, let's call it that. So you get to sort of breakout sessions, you get to break out to do different things. So firstly, Chris and Jude from Ready Steady Websites are going to be doing a practical work through it in-person speaker website session. This means if you're wanting to attend that session, you're going to have to bring your laptops with you because you're sitting down and you're doing it right there and then and making the changes. We've got Hannah and Jenna from Ambition PR who are going to be running a networking session for speakers. And this is very much, we know this industry is a highly networked industry. Some of us are naturally very great networkers, and others of us need to, we need a little bit of coaxing and a bit of skills to kind of do that really well. So that's what Hannah and Jenna's sessions are going to be focusing on. And we have a couple more sessions as well that are still to be announced. So that's a little bit about the lineup for the event. So you have a little understanding of what you'd be paying for. In addition, you're probably wondering, how does it all work? So let's talk logistics. This year, we have secured the Leonardo Royal Hotel at St. Paul's. It's quite central. It is literally like 2 minutes from St. Paul's Cathedral. You come out, you walk out. It's right there for those of you who live in London or the UK. It's very easy to find. You see the little meeting room in the top right-hand corner. That is where the VIP day is going to take place. I'm telling you this because we are not lying. We cannot fit more than 12 people in that room. So when we say it's capped at 12, it's capped at 12. There's literally no more space to fit anybody in there. So if anybody was thinking of the VIP experience and was questioning whether or not it was a sales ploy, that is the room we're securing, and we can't hang y'all from the ceiling. So that's where we're going to be. So if you get one of those spaces, they are strictly limited. So that's the hotel. A little bit more about the day. It's the 3rd of July. If you're doing the VIP day, it will be the 2nd and 3rd of July because the VIP day is the day before. The summit itself runs from 10 a.m. until 4 p.m. That's because we run a separate event in the evening, which is the Speaker Awards. That is not included in this ticket. This ticket is purely for the Speaker Summit. And then there's a bonus event that we're doing 4 till 5 p.m. And Elliot may or may not tell you more about that later. So that's a little bit about the venue and the location. Tickets are on sale now. So if you go to thespeakersummit.co, you'd be able to pick a ticket up now if you'd like to. And then I think I'm handing over to Simone now.
Yes, you are. So thank you, first of all, Lovelda, thank you, Elliot, thank you, Maria, for all the presentations. I'd love to know in the chat, who here has been at the Speaker Summit before? So if you've been to the Speaker Summit before, let me know in the chat, just type me. And if you already have your ticket for 2026, also type 2026 in the chat. So then we know. We want to know. We want to see you. We want to see you people who has been before, who has been part of this like Speaker Summit family that has been going on for 5 years. Now, the Speaker Summit is an event that is very dear to my heart. And when Elliot asked me to be involved for the first edition, I said immediately yes. And the reason why is because I believe in the speaking industry. If you don't know anything about me, I used to run an event company in London. I delivered more than 2,000, I've made a calculation, more than 2,000 talks in 10 years. So I have an average of about 200 talks a year, made a few million speaking, and speaking is my life. Speaking is what I love doing. And also, I am really a student of the speaking industry. And I think that's the only way to become great. It's really not about working on our speaking skill and be the best speakers that we can be, but also is about understanding how the industry works, because we need both sides. You find that there are some great speakers that are having maybe a few bookings, and you find some average speakers that gets a lot of bookings. So you've been to an event where you've seen some speaker on stage and you said to yourself, I could do better. Anyone been to an event like that? But why is that? Why does it happen? Because we need both. right? We really need both. We need to work on our speaking skill and work to understand our industry. The Speaker Summit is about understanding the industry. And I think that right now, more than ever, we need a space like this, something that makes speaker valuable. And correct me, and let me know if you agree with me, or correct me if I'm wrong in the chat. But what makes us valuable as as speakers? What is really our work? The work that we do as speakers is to help our audience make sense of what's going on around them. This is our job. We help people, we help our audiences make sense of what's around them. And right now, we can say that there are a lot of things that we need to make sense of. There are so many things. If you're looking at from the political to the AI landscape to the technological, there are so many changes. And what happens in moments like this, our value is even higher, but the industry is changing. And so we really need to understand where is the industry going and how can we be relevant so that we can do our work, which is help audiences make sense of what is going on in our own unique way. And I think that if you're thinking about the challenge that we talked about before, the speaker market is saturated, like it's a very lowly industry. There are a lot of conferences or events that are either so entry level, like you're being sold to all the time while you're there. And also it's very hard, I found it, to find speakers who approach this as a serious career, as a serious business, as seriously as we take it. And also gaining access to the right people is not as straightforward. And speaking is a referral-based industry, is an industry which is based on who you know and who knows you. So access is really everything. So when we were trying to think about what we wanted to bring together and what we wanted to do that is different is really to giving that access not only to a community of people that think in the same way, but also that they have a drive to be the best speakers. And of course, if you see yourself in any of these things, this is the event for you. If you're the kind of person who has high standards, you have a high standards for yourself as a speaker, you have high standards for your talks, you have high standards for everything that you do. You believe that speaking is not just holding a microphone, but there are layers to this game. You're the kind of person who's a student of the craft, where you think that you're never arrived. You always want to grow because for you, speaking is way more than just standing on a stage. You're someone that really care about the industry. You really understand the unique position and the privilege that we have to influence audiences of 10, 20, 50, 500, 1,000, 10,000 people, depending on where we speak. And also, you're the kind of person who cares about your work. And this is our promise to you. If you come to the summit, this is our promise to you. You will, first of all, come out with a sense of an expanded sense of what's possible. Every time my business made a leap was because my thinking made a leap. And think about a moment in your life, where you were stuck at a certain level, and then you had a leap forward. First of all, you had to make a leap forward mentally. And come in there and see what's possible, you will open up opportunities and you will see things that you would not even be able to see before, which will help you take advantage of those things. Then also, you will get the right connection that will open doors and opportunities. That's also why we created this session where you will learn how to network and how to build those connections and relationships so you can make the most while you are at the event of the goal that there is there. Because there is one thing I've learned is that speakers give speakers work. Speakers give speakers work. Speakers give speakers work. So the more speakers you're connected to at a high level, the more gigs you're going to have. Also, you're going to have renewed energy because anyone here felt running out of steam? I felt it many times in the past 14 years of being in this industry. There were times where I didn't have it. And every time I was putting myself in a room with other people like me, they had this high standard, I left with a sense of energy that would propel me forward for the remaining part of the year. And then finally, you'll meet a bunch of good friends for life. We have people that met at the summit 4 years ago. They end up doing events together, collaborations, and ultimately being really good friends and showing up for each other when it matters. And At the moment, we have over 1,000 people on the waiting list we're releasing the tickets for 2026 this round today. So today is the official start of the release of the tickets. We have only 300 seats in the venue, so we can only fit 300 people in the bigger room and 12 in the VIP room. We already sold 120. We already had 120 pre-sales. A lot of the people that came, I think half of the room that were last year already pre-booked for the fall for this year. So there are about 180 tickets available, and we expect to sell out. We sell out every year, so we invite you and encourage you to get your ticket right now. So what I'm going to do is just to explain in details what the tickets are, and then we are going to go into a Q&A. So then we are going to be here to answer any question that you might have. You can see there are 3 types of tickets. You have the standard, the plus, and the VIP experience. In a nutshell, before going into details, the standard gives you access to the conference on the main day. So you access to the conference, you access to the live session, to the workshops that we are going to do, to the sessions that we have. You're going to listen to the Q&As, you're going to meet the agents and the bureaus. That's what's going to give you access. Then you have a kind of person that wants to use that event to build momentum. Because normally what happens when you come to an event like this, you will feel inspired, you will feel motivated, you will have a sense of focus that you have not experienced for a long time. That's why I think coming to a conference like this becomes incredibly important. And so you will want to keep building that momentum. So that's why we have created the Plus ticket. The Plus ticket really helps you continue in that momentum, continue that energy and channel it where it matters. So you have 3 months of support, a private community, and you have expert session in different areas of the speaking business. The great thing about this Plus ticket is that you are also in control and in charge of what kind of sessions you want to hear and what would you like to learn from. So every time someone joins, we will ask you, what do you want to learn? What are your challenges? What are the sessions that you would like to attend? This is really important for us because we are doing this so that us as well, with you, we can all together benefit from all these sessions. And every year is different. So we're going to hear from you, and then you're going to let us know, hey, we want to hear those kind of sessions. We want to have this kind of training. So then you can channel that energy for the following 3 months. And then finally, we have the VIP experience. The person who is going to make the most of the VIP experience is someone who is already established. If you're already known in your industry, if you're already speaking regularly, this is what is going to take your speaking business from good to great. Because you will have access to people, one, where you can ask the real questions that are stopping you from getting booked. And then you can make that leap because the room is small. We have 12 people. And go on talking about building relationships, for thinking about building relationships. These kind of people, they're bombarded with speakers' pitches every single day. Every time a speaker meets a bureau, can you represent me? Can you represent me? Can you put me on the website? And what we are creating is a space where you actually have a conversation to get to build that relationship and get to know them. We had many speakers that came out with representation just from attending this type of sessions. So that speaker, the VIP experience on the 2nd of July. And by the way, going back, the early bird ends on the 16th of February. So you can see that the regular price of the standard is £697 plus VAT. You're going to pay only £347 plus VAT if you join today or by the 16th of February. The plus is £497 plus VAT instead of £997 plus VAT, again, if you join before the 16th of February. And then the VIP experience is only £1,500 plus VAT instead of £2,000 plus VAT if you join now or before the 16th of February. We have 7 VIP tickets left. And the kind of people that you will have, as we mentioned, we have Maria, which is going to host the VIP sessions. And then we have Mary, which is an expert in corporate messaging. So in particular, if you have maybe a talk that you would like to share in the corporate market and you want to understand maybe how can I position my talk so that I can get hired more. She is going to be brilliant at that. If you want to understand not only how the speakers market work, but also because Claire is a speaker herself, but also understanding the school industry, which is actually the industry in which I started. I started in schools. I was speaking to about 150 schools every year. One of the most fulfilling experiences that you can have. And I love to know in the chat, actually, anyone here speaks already in schools? Or I started speaking in schools? Put in the chat. I love to know, because if you have ever spoken in a school, you can see one, how challenging it can be and two, how fulfilling it can be as well. And then we have Diana Stoney, which actually is someone who represent speakers, so manage and consult speakers. And as Maria said, is someone who is very rare. Like, those people are very rare to build a relationship with, because they are the kind of people that will work for you as a speaker to make sure that you get the right booking. So understanding what will it take for you to have someone like her to represent you, and understanding those steps, can be gold, can be absolutely gold. Before we go into the FAQ, I want to show you where we are with the tickets. So just give me a second, because when you go on the website, that's what's gonna happen. You can see that we have this new fancy snazzy website here, and that's how you can book your ticket. So you go on the website and then you go get your early bird ticket now. It will open up this page. It will open up this page with some information and all the details of what is included in each ticket. So you can see here that it will give you access to the full event. You have the Speaker Summit ticket. You have access to the full event. You have access to lunch. You're going to connect with the speakers and bureaus. You're going to have not the Ask the Expert session, but the workshop that we are going to do. The premium networking opportunities, so then you can connect with the right people, and then you will have exclusive content and insights. If you decide to join the Speaker Summit Plus, it includes everything that you have in the Speaker Summit ticket. But then on top of that, you will have exclusive 3 months of follow-up session to channel that energy and to learn. Last year, we had sessions like how to creating your signature talk. We have session on leveraging webinars. We have sessions on how to create incredible social media content. We have sessions on getting booked to speak. We had sessions on PR and media. So all these sessions, they are some of the sessions that you will be able to experience as well. And then it will give you all the details. As you can see, there are 7 left to join the VIP, to get the VIP ticket. So all you need to do is to get your ticket now and then select which ticket option you want. For the VIP ticket also, we have a 3-pay ticket option. You just pay a bit more, but you can spread the payment in 3 parts. And if you're curious and you would like to add as part of your purchase the recording of the Speaker Summit Plus that we had last year, then you can do it by adding this button. So now we're going to be here to answer any questions that you might have. I'm going to take it back to Lovelda and Elliot, so that if there were any questions, any things that we need to address while we are here, we can answer any question that people have.
Oh, I didn't mean to replace it. I meant to add all of us back in. So I know some people have grabbed tickets already. If you've got questions about tickets, please drop them into the chat. We did have a couple of questions I saw float around about accessibility and whether or not the venue is fully accessible. We only work with venues that have full accessibility. So we make sure that the evening event and the day event, you can get around fully. There's lifts to get up and down and to get to the bathrooms and all that sort of stuff as well. So if you do have accessibility requirements, when you buy your ticket, you'll be presented with a form immediately after purchase that will ask you to provide us with some information. Please provide information about any accessibility requirements that you have, and we will make sure that we'll do our best to make sure that those are covered off by the venue, or get in touch with you if we're to make arrangements specifically to make sure that you're comfortable. So if that is you, I just want to let you know that we do think about that sort of stuff. So that's one of the things that kind of dropped into the chat. I know quite a few people have had to dash. Who's got their ticket already, by the way?
A few people looking at
just
my
let us
email.
know if you've grabbed one already. And if you've got any questions at all about the event. I have a question here saying, I lost the questionnaire. Can I have this back, please? So it's also emailed to you. So if you happen to have missed it and jumped off the page, it will also come out in your email. Please do fill that in so we can make sure that everybody's looked after properly.
Can we still see and or speak to you even if we couldn't attend? As in, like, reach out to us on LinkedIn? Is that what you mean? Yes, our attention isn't restricted to buying a ticket. But if you want to really get the speaking industry and understand the speaking world, that's what you bought the ticket for. Is the summit relevant for those who speak? Yes, in the US, we have people flying from all over the world, Singapore, USA, come from Europe. No, it's not just UK based. We are a global platform, and everything we talk about is global.
Well, many people from the Middle East as well, coming from the Middle East last year.
It's
US,
possible
Canada,
to upgrade.
South America. We had people coming from as you mentioned, Singapore. So it is global. It is global. It happens to be London, but what you will learn is going to be relevant to any aspect of the speaking industry that you're going to use in any country.
Sarah's asking, she can see the time and date, but not the time. So we start at 10 and finish at 4:30. Those are the times. But you're welcome to arrive from 9. If you're doing the summit, the VIP starts arrivals at 11, lunch for 12, and then that day finishes at 5, Lovelda, if I remember correctly.
It's either 4 or 5 o'clock. We don't,
and then we have a drink at the
start a little
bar,
bit later and we finish a bit earlier. So in terms of travel, if you're traveling in, it does give you a little bit more freedom.
Erica, I saw your email. We'll address that. Yes. By the way, for people who bought a ticket, and if you want to upgrade to the VIP, email us. Yes. Any summits posted for future dates? Yes. The team and I just have to agree, but there are future dates coming, and where they will be, that will be revealed.
Well, nothing before 2027. Nothing before 2027.
Nothing before.
So if you,
that's the only event that we are doing in 2026. We're only doing one event a year. We don't do more than that. That's enough work. So we're if anyone here organizes events, you know what I mean.
So we have a question. We've had a few questions about upgrading. So if you've bought a ticket already and you'd like to get the VIP ticket and you'd want to upgrade it, email us I'll drop the email into the chat, hello@thespeakerawards.com. And what we do is we'll send you a custom link for you to buy. What we do is just work out the difference between the price that you've paid and what the price of the summit ticket is. And then you get a price off the back of that. So we'll send you an email, but you need to email us fast because once they're gone, they're gone. So once you email us and we pay and you make that first payment, we take it off the website and assume that that ticket's gone. Other than that, if you email and then wait 3 days, by the time you come back, that it may no longer be available because we do have to cap it. So that was the other question.
The question from Viller.
Go on.
Virle, what if I bought my ticket to have an early bird, but I have to cancel because I'm booked for a keynote?
Email the team. Yeah, email the team. So I'll drop the email address in. It's hello@thespeakerawards.com. What about hotel recommendations? So we do have a special rate with the hotel. We also send out a guest pack with some other hotel recommendations in and around the area. It is so central. There are lots of hotels in the area. So you can stay at the event hotel, which is absolutely lovely. It's got spa, it's got a rooftop bar. It's delightful. But depending on budgets and whatnot, you may want to stay other places. And there are at least 2 Premier Inns within walking distance of the hotel. So there's lots of hotels within the vicinity. You are not, if you're flying in, you don't have to commit to staying at the event hotel. If you wish to, we do have a discount code, a link that we send out that you can use to book directly with the hotel. So
how
that's about
Summit
the hotel.
New York? Let's talk, Leslie.
Leslie, please don't give
Leslie,
Elliot any more ideas.
Don't talk to
We're coming.
Do we get a copy of Maria Franzoni's book was one of the questions. For those of you who joined last year, you know, Maria did her book launch at the event last year. And as part of the book launch, guests of the summit in 2025 did get a copy of Maria's book. There is no obligation that Maria will be doing any such thing again this year. So my recommendation is that you get online and get yourself a copy.
It's less than £20.
So as of right now, Maria is not committed to providing any books at the event. So that may or may not be a surprise, but I would not necessarily, I mean, why would you wait till then to read it? I'd get it and read it now. And then you would have better questions to ask Maria at said event, wouldn't you?
Lovelda, there's no parking, so there's no way I'm hauling books in with my ball gown and I've just checked the hotel. No parking. You didn't think of me then, did you?
We
With the
did. We
ball
just
gown.
knew there was a parking up the road. So yes, but there will be a different book signing.
I put a link of Maria's book in the chat. If anyone wants to get it, you can go ahead and get it.
Thank you, salesman, sales
Yay.
guy.
That's what I get paid for.
I can reveal there will be a book release and a book signing at the next Speaker Summit, but we might have to leave that for you to find out who that is with. It might be me. It might not be me. It might be me. So yes, I'm releasing my brand new 7th book at the summit on the 3rd of July, and everyone attending is going to get a free copy of that and a signed copy. So there you go. My last
so you're not
and final book.
gonna get a copy. You're not gonna get a copy of Maria's book, but you're gonna get a copy of it.
Well, I might give you Maria's book as well.
You're gonna come out with a copy of a book.
I'm not buying 300 copies of Maria's book. I'm sorry, Maria. I love you, but I'm just not doing that. So yes, you can be there for my release of my brand new and my last book called
Elliot,
Watch
I'll
Me
give
Go.
you an author's discount. It's all right. I'll give you a discount.
Thank you. What other questions do we have about joining the summit or the VIP? Is there a resale list? I've had a disaster this month and can't buy the ticket. Okay, so is
For
that
people
Polly?
that want to support a summit in Italy.
Oh, there we go. Polly, email us.
Maria,
and
what do you think?
Let's see how we
Summit
can
in
help
Italy?
with that. Yeah, so please email us, all right? Because we can help you with that. So just email the office, hello@thespeakerwoods.com. Can someone put the email in the chat?
Yeah, I
please?
dropped it in earlier. I'll find it and drop it back in again.
Yeah, I also saw a link like we don't have an official resale list. But what happens is that if there is someone that, for example, needs to cancel or they cannot come, then we will have sometimes some people that want to buy the ticket, and so they can exchange the ticket with someone else. So in case someone cannot attend, then we can, if we have someone that wants to buy a ticket, and for example, we are sold out, then you can exchange it with someone else at the rate that they have paid. So that's something that we have done in the past. It happened maybe like 2 or 3 times but this was an option. So I just responding to Polly's
We had
Polly's
already
comment.
responded as well, though.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
I missed that?
Completely. 100%.
Totally. All right then. Got all emotion.
We had already answered that question. Do we have any other questions? So we've hit the top of the hour. We do have a little bit more time. If anybody has any other questions.
Elise just bought your book, Maria. But do you have any questions about the summit and the VIPs, about practically how it will work? Anything. That's why we're here. We can stay for a bit longer if you want to stay and ask questions. Or you're just snooping, hoping they'll ask your question. Come on, you're all speakers. You're all speakers. Unmic yourself and ask a question. Go for it. Not just in the chat. When will you share the discount code for the hotel, please? When we get the link from the hotel, so we can get on that. Now we've opened ticket sales. So Lovelda will get back to everyone and let you know.
Yeah, so when you buy your ticket, there's a form that you fill in, and one of them says, I'm interested in the discounts from the hotel. If you check that box, we make sure that we come back to you with it. Closer to the date, we send it out to everybody, but anybody who ticks that box will send you an email that says, here are all the details for how you can book directly.
And then we've had the name of the hotel is the Leonardo Hotel in St. Paul's. Someone asked that. There
The
you go,
Royal
Andy,
Leonardo
Dave.
Hotel St. Paul's.
And then the hashtag is Speaker Summit 2026. So just to remind you all that the post needs to go on LinkedIn, and we're going to choose one person who will have access to the Summit Plus. So because I saw some people were just posting in the chat, that doesn't count. So on LinkedIn, tag all 3 or one of us, and then we'll do a raffle and someone will win the access, just to be clear with that. Thank you, look, for supporting 10 a.m. Oh, wow. Well, Leslie, let's talk. Although I don't think the team will let me go to another international region yet, but you never know. So thanks for being here.
We have a question. Are you considering running a virtual summits in the future to accommodate those who can't fly into London or have more global representation? Currently, it's not something on the cards, but we do have the Plus ticket, which If you're interested in being able to take part with Plus only, drop us an email and we can give you access to the virtual, the 3 months virtual access separately, if that's something that you're interested in, something that we could easily offer.
And we also do
the main reason why we don't do like this as a hybrid conference, as an online conference, because this is a in-person referral heavy industry. The goal is to create connection. Here you might exchange, you see in the chat, there's a bunch of LinkedIn profile. That's not connection, right? Connection takes, let's meet, let's have a coffee, let's have lunch, let's share an experience together. So you will never be able to replicate online the experience that you will have in an in-person event. That's where friendships are created. That's where the real connections are made. So that's why we've made the decision that the people that want to experience what we are creating, to get the maximum value out of it, they gotta be there in the room, because that's how the speaking industry works. It's a referral heavy industry. So we want to make sure that we create connection, not just information. But again, as Lovelda said, if you want to get a Summit Plus ticket, just like Summit Plus, let us know, and then we can give you just access to the 3 months.
Brilliant.
Fantastic.
Antonio, that sounds like a great mission. If you can sponsor those 2 young people, that'd be amazing. And she bought your book, Maria. There you go. You're doing well from this. Welcome to Belgium. More chocolates than you can eat. Love it. Thanks, Valerie. Sorry, I have to jump off, of course. So we've got Marina, who's raised her hand. She's going to speak up. Hey, Maria.
Hey, good
Salam
to see you all.
alaikum, ya
Salam
Yuni.
alaikum, alaikum assalam. Good to see you all, and thank you very much for the informative session, as always. I just wanted to know, because I've immediately after the event purchased the Speakers Award tickets. Is there
Yes.
sort of like an upgrade possibility to a summit, or are they 2 different events? How do you do this?
I think you would have bought the double ticket. So let us check, Maurice, which means you get the summit and the award, because that's the only thing we sold. Let me check. I'll go into Thrivecard, check what you bought. But are you asking about upgrading to the VIP experience?
Well, maybe considering.
Okay, let us check what ticket you have, because the only ticket we sold after the awards was that ticket.
Yeah.
And then I'll get back to you and drop you a message. Either I'll WhatsApp you or send you an email.
Fabulous. Thank you so much.
If anyone that's bought the ticket at the end of last year wants to upgrade, just reach out to us. There's been a couple
Yeah,
of
Marina,
emails already.
you have already the summit. You have the standard summit and the awards ticket. So
you go.
you have the standard summit and the awards ticket, because you have
I
the
have, Simone.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
fantastic. Hey.
So
Great.
if you want, you can keep what you have or upgrade to Summit Plus or VIP. That's your choice.
We've
Okay,
got a question
but you're in the room. You got both.
Thank you.
We got May here. What proportion of attendees tend to be speakers versus bookers or agents? And do those bookers agents have reach in the US? So look, the majority of attendees are professional speakers. We also invite and have in the room bookers and bureaus who also attend as attendees, but also are on the panel. I know inspirational speakers are going to be there this year. And yes, they have reach to the USA and other regions. So yes is the answer. But May, you have to network with them. You have to make yourself known and be there, right? So, you still have to do the legwork.
Yeah, let's put it this way. I think as speakers, one of the things that sometimes I find people immediately want to do is say, well, there's bookers and agents, let me get in and hand them my business card and talk about my reel and tell them what I speak about. Let's remember that this is a relationship first industry. What we provide is the opportunity for you to build a relationship with those individuals. My strong recommendation is be in the room and let them ask you. Don't be in the room and pitch, because you're probably going to find it's going to have the opposite effect of what you're hoping will happen. And I'm sure Maria from her bureau days could probably attest to how that goes down. So they're in the room and they're very approachable to have a general conversation with. What I would not recommend that you do, and we say this every year to the VIPs who are in the room, I would not recommend that you come with a pitch deck ready to hand over to anybody who says, oh, I'm part of a bureau or an agency or anything like that, because you will possibly find that it has the opposite effect of what you're hoping for. But do come and connect with them. 100% do come and connect with them and let them ask you.
Sit down, have lunch with them, ask how their kids are, ask if they like football or rugby. get to know the person, right? Then things unravel. Look, I can tell you this, the whole Speaker Summit and Speaker Awards have been built on relationships we've built as a team. It's all relationships. He won't be there this year, but as a particular MD that I know who won't come to these events because he knows speakers are going to stop and pitch to him, right? And he runs one of the biggest agencies in Europe. Talk to them as people. That's the best thing you can do. So come, yes, find out who they are, sit, have a chat, talk to them as human beings. The rest will unravel.
Yeah, the short answer is yes, they are in the room. They're a small percentage. Some are advertised and some are not. So some will just be hidden in the room somewhere and you won't even know. And others will be on the stage and be advertised.
They don't have a written agent here on the forehead? They don't do that? No.
We don't give them different badges or anything like that.
So. Bring me chocolates and I'll tell you who the undercover ones are.
Maria knows. Maria knows.
Can be bought with chocolate. But no nuts in the chocolate this year, unfortunately, for Maria. So if you bring them with nuts, she might just send you to somebody who doesn't know anything about anything. But if you get her the right type of chocolate, it might open a door for you. Maria, you've set yourself up there. I don't want to hear no complaints when you leave with a suitcase full of chocolate and there's no parking. It's your own fault at this point. I can't see any other questions dropping, and we are almost like 9 minutes past the hour. So unless there's something, I'll give it another 30 seconds or so. Unless there's something particularly pressing, so you've got fingers at the keyboard if it's ready, or
just unmic yourselves. I'm amazed how few people have grabbed them. Marina's the only one that actually came on a mic, and Maria. It's the M&M effect, So look, we're here to answer any questions you might have. This time, listen, we like chocolate true, people. Like, just saying.
It's not just Maria. So we can be bribed. I'm Italian, so I can be easily bribed.
There we go. So listen, what questions do you have? We'll give a few more minutes because that's why we're here, to answer any questions. Thanks so much. Lots of thank yous. Hey, see you soon. Marina, I'm going to see you in 2 weeks. Yay, excited. Hey, lots of chocolate. And yeah. Any final questions?
I think we're done then. At this point, let me just do a final recap. Make sure you get your ticket. We'll put the link. Can someone put link in the chat, please? There are payment options also for the VIP ticket. So if you are also interested in getting the VIP ticket, on the checkout page, there is an option where you can pay in 3 parts payments. Normally, they are the first one to go. Like I remember every year that we launch, this is our 3rd year for VIP or 2nd? 3rd year.
This will be our
3rd year of VIP, right? And they all go within by Monday they will all be sold. That's always what happens. So if that's just because we have 12. So if that's something that you're looking for, must make sure you get it, so then you know that you're going to be part of the VIP group. And also, if you have any questions, just email us, right? If you can put also the email, someone can put our email in the chat. If you have any question about the event, maybe that you were not comfortable asking here, or
Steve's on the call.
Something that you like to ask, then ask away.
Hey, Steve, we didn't even realize you're here. Hi. Nice to see you. I didn't realize you're on the call. Yeah, there you go.
I'm staying under the radar unless someone brings some chocolate as well.
Oh, okay. So Steve can also be bribed with chocolate, folks.
And Steve books speakers. So there we go. You can, any particular type of chocolate, Steve?
Oh, I'm very low maintenance. Just dairy milk's good for me.
Do you know what's brilliant? It's only the people who stay to the end who now know what Steve looks like and what he likes. You see, this is what the value is of staying to that bitter end. And not that it's bitter. Not that it's bitter.
There he is. If you know on the call, we could have pulled you in a little bit, but there we go. You were definitely.
I told you they don't like to be known. They're under the radar.
So true, so true. Lovely to see you.
He likes chocolate and is very fit.
Bye, Francine.
There is something you gotta know about Steve. He likes his running. He likes his running. He does.
Actually, if I may, Steve, don't be fooled by his profile pictures. Like, wow, you're really fit. You're really this. And that's a very old picture. So yes, he corrected me on that.
Are you insulting Steve?
No, not at all. I'm not. I'm complimenting. He does look very fit, but apparently his profile picture isn't an up-to-date picture. Is that true, Steve?
It's one of the beauties of being a slaphead. I don't recede anymore, and I'm not going grey. So,
well, it's great to have you here, and thanks for doing this. We can't wait to welcome you to the summit and to be part of such a powerful panel.
No, I'm looking forward to it. Thanks for having me.
Anytime.
All right. I think it is time to wrap up. Thank you very much for everyone who's been staying so long. Thank you, Lovelda. Thank you, Elliot. Thank you, Steve. Thank you, Maria. Thank you, everyone. Make sure you get your ticket, and we cannot wait to see you on the 3rd of
soon.
July at the Speaker Summit. Ciao.
Bye. Bye. Ciao. Ciao.